Hello everyone, my name is Ryan. Today I'll be showing you how to set up a common scene that will turn on your porch lights at sunset. This will demonstrate how to create a scene and add some lights to the scene, and then it will show you how to set up a trigger that will activate that scene at a given time each day. So the first thing I'm going to do before we get too far into this is point out that Axial server needs to know where in the world you are located so that it can calculate the sunset time. To do that, I need to provide the latitude and longitude. So if you'll first go into your tools menu, you can see it right up here, and then visit the options page, you'll see the options window pop up like this. You need to go over to this miscellaneous tab at the very end, and you'll see right here the entries for latitude and longitude. Now if you don't know your actual latitude and longitude, you can click on this I'm lost link and it will open up this website. To get your latitude and longitude from here, you can just type in your city name. I'm in Idaho. And you'll notice it puts a little marker right down in the city. You can click on that red marker and it'll pop up your latitude and your longitude. So first of all, I'm just going to copy that much of it. I don't need to be too precise. And I'll put that in here. Next, I'll grab my longitude, and I'll put that in my longitude, and I'm all set. Now that I've got those typed in, my server knows my location and can calculate the sunset time and sunrise time. Okay, let's head over to the scenes menu, and I'll create a new scene. I'll give it a name of porch lights, sunset. This is the scene that I'd like to turn off at sunset, or turn on at sunset. My scene has showed up in my list, and this first page that I have right here are my devices. So I'd like to add a device to my scene. This will be the device that's going to be activated, which will be my porch lights. Now if I wanted to, I could add multiples here. There's no reason I can't turn on my porch lights and a hall light, for example. For this scene, I'm just going to set my porch lights. Say OK. Once that's done, you'll see it show up right here. Now, what this is saying right now is when the scene is activated, it will turn my porch lights to 31%. Well, I'd like my porch lights to come on totally bright, so I'll set that to 100%. Okay, in order to run this scene, there's one way I could do it, which would be manually. If I were to click Activate Scene, I could now go see that my porch lights turned completely on. But we don't want to have to activate it manually. Instead, we want to use triggers to activate the scene. So down here, you'll notice there's a little arrow I can click on that will show me the type of trigger. Right now, I'm interested in time triggers. Time triggers can be a set time every day. For example, if I wanted to run at 7:30 a.m., I could use an actual time, or it can run at sunset or sunrise. In this case, I'll choose sunset. Some of these other options, if I set an offset of, say, 10, that would mean my scene runs 10 minutes after sunset. Likewise, I could say minus 10, and it would run 10 minutes before sunset. So that's a nice way to adjust that if you feel you need to as you're setting up your scenes. Instead, I'll leave mine at 0. For the repeat interval, I'd like this to repeat daily. So I'll leave that as it is. And the interval, I'll leave that at 1. That means it repeats every 1 day. And I'll click OK. Once that's set up, we'll notice up here it says sunset, repeated every 1 day. So this scene will run every single day. And that's it. Now we've got a scene that will turn on my porch lights at sunset. Now, if I wanted to take this a step further, I could create a second scene. And I'll go ahead and do that now. I will create a scene that turns my lights off at sunrise. And again, I'll go add the device that I'm interested in controlling from this scene, which are my porch lights. Now this time, instead of turning them on, I want to set them to 0, or I could drag this slider all the way down. And that will turn them off when this scene is activated. Now to make it automatically activate, I'll add a time trigger, which will be sunrise, repeated daily, and I'm all done. So again, we've got our sunset scene, which turns our porch light on, with a trigger to run at sunset every day. And we've got our sunrise scene to turn our lights off, which runs every day at sunrise. And that's it. Thank you everyone for joining me today.